Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. So today we're going to be doing the next part in my declutter, which is going to be like face products. So foundation, concealer, powder, primer, setting spray. I think that's everything. So I'm just going to go through each category and see if there's anything that I can declutter from my collection. And yeah, we're just going to dive on in. So I think to start off, I'm going to do primer. Again, I'm going to kind of separate everything out in front of me. So first up, I'm going to do powder just to get this out of the way because I only have two and I'm not getting rid of either. So the first is the Cover FX Translucent Perfect Setting Powder. I love this. It's the best. It's amazing. And then I also have the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder. So these are the only two powders that I own. I keep one loose, one pressed in my collection at a time. And yeah, gonna keep those. Next up, we have primer. This one's gonna be a little bit harder. I really love primer. It's kind of an addiction. But let's see what we can do. Okay, so starting off with my glowy bases, I have 5-ish here. First up, we have the Fresh Face Instant Glow Luminizer. I'm going to be keeping this product purely because it is in my January makeup bag, and it is also going to be in my February makeup bag because I want to try and use this up. I'm down to about here. I marked it on the tube, so I'm going to keep this until I use it up, and then it's going to get tossed. I also have my two favorites here. This is the NARS Super Radiant Booster. I absolutely love this. It's amazing. It gives such a glowy base to the skin, and I just got it, so I'm definitely going to be keeping this. And then I also have the L'Oreal Lumi Glotion. This is one of my favorite products. I had it in a darker shade and then picked up this lighter shade, and I like this lighter shade better for my skin, so ow, I just hit myself with it, so I'm definitely going to keep this. I also have this Marc Jacobs Do You Dewdrops in Do You. That is the name. I do really like these, but they are coconut based, and coconut has been irritating my skin a lot recently, so I'm going to toss, well, I'm not going to toss them, I'm going to pass them along to a friend. So that's going to go in that pile. Missing from this collection is my First Aid Beauty Coconut Priming Smoothing Moisturizer. That I already passed along to a friend because it was irritating my skin. I used to really love it, and now all of a sudden I cannot use coconut products on my skin within the last 6 months or so. That's when I started really having intense irritation on my skin, and I could not figure out what it was, and that's one of the things that was doing it. So unfortunately I already decluttered that because a friend wanted it, so I told her she could take it. Moving on. Next up, we do have the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Radiance Drops. I've never used these. I got these from Sephora. They're like super oily, I think. Yeah, it's like straight oil. I'm just going to declutter this. I don't think this is something that I would really use, so it's gonna go bye-bye. Next up, we have some hydrating type primers. I have this little sample of the Ren Perfect Canvas, and I love this. It's amazing. I'm definitely going to purchase the full size once I get through a few of my primers because it is so good and it makes makeup look so flawless on the skin. I've like only been using it for special occasions because it's so good. And then I also have the Vichy Mineral 89. I know this is technically a serum, but I kind of like to use it as a hydrating base. I'll mix it with something glowy, or I'll even mix it in with my foundations to help make them lighter coverage. So I really like this product. And then I also have the Kiehl's Daily Reviving Concentrate, which is an oil. It's a dry oil, but I like to use it as a primer more than a face oil because, I don't know, it just works better for me that way. So I'm going to keep this as well. Next up, I have some bronzing primers, and the first one is the Drunk Elephant Deep Bronzy. This is my favorite one. I really like this product. It's very unique because you do have to mix it in with something. You can't just use it on its own, so it's kind of interesting, but I like using it with my skincare or with my makeup. Like if I'm gonna have a no makeup day in the summer and truly not wear any makeup, I will just mix this in with my moisturizer. So I feel like it's a very versatile product to have in my collection, and I spent a lot of money on it. And then I also have the Lune & Aster Real Glow Bronzing Primer. This is my favorite This is my favorite truly bronzing primer. It's absolutely gorgeous on the skin. It has a beautiful undertone, so I'm definitely going to be keeping this. This is the only product I've tried from this brand, but I do really enjoy it. And then last but not least, I have the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Glotion in the darker shade. This again is in my monthly makeup bag, and I'm down to about there. So I think I'm going to be able to use it up in February. So once this is used up, I'm going to toss it. Oh, I have one more primer. I also have the Tatcha, what is it called? Silk Canvas. And I don't love this, but it was really expensive, so I am going to keep it. That's all I have to say. I feel like it's hard too, because it is a pan, I feel weird like passing it along to someone, because I had like rubbed my fingers in it, and I do use it every once in a while, so it's a good product to just keep around just in case, I guess. It's not my favorite primer. I think it's overpriced for what it is, if you wanted my opinion, in case. But I don't know, it's just not my favorite product from Tatcha, so I'm trying to reorganize these. This is not going well. Okay, so that's gonna go in. I just have all my products in these like clear bins in these drawers. These are from Target. If you guys are interested, I will leave them linked in the description box. And I just put a piece of black felt in the drawer so they don't slide. Okay, next up, we're gonna let's do setting spray. So I have quite a bit of setting spray. First up, I have my MAC Fix Plus. This is the one that I use on a daily basis. I use it to prep my skin, hydrate my makeup throughout makeup application, and then also at the end to kind of set powders and stuff in. So I really like this. As you can see, whoa, I've used a ton. So definitely keeping that. I also have 2 minis of the Fix Plus. This one is the rose and this is the lavender. I did have a third in coconut that I did already declutter. It's actually up on my Depop if you guys are interested. Because it is coconut fragranced, I cannot use it. But I'm going to keep these as well. These are really good for travel, and so we're going to keep them. Next up, I have the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. Unfortunately, I am going to declutter this because it severely irritates my skin. I don't know what it is, but every time I spray this on my face, I immediately get like these little red bumps everywhere, so this is going to go. I have been avoiding that particular product to declutter for so long because it was really expensive and it was a Christmas gift last year, but it just doesn't work for me, so I have to move on. I also have 2 mini all-nighters. I like this decently, so, and when I do want a true makeup setting spray, I will reach for these, so I'm going to keep them both in my collection for now. And then I have 2 drugstore options. I have the Pixi Skin Treats Makeup Fixing Mist with rose water and green tea. I haven't tried this yet. They actually just sent this to me, but I know Pixi sprays are supposed to be really good, so I am going to keep this. And then I also have the Milani Make It Last Setting Spray, which is a drugstore dupe for the MAC Fix Plus, so I'm going to keep that as well. Okay, moving on to foundation. Okay, so starting off with my super light coverage foundations. First up, we have the Glossier Skin Tint. This is in the shade Dark. I have it in the shade Dark because during the summer I was using it as a mixing product to help darken my foundations a little bit when I was super tan. I really like this product, but I am actually going to declutter this and actually purchase it in my actual shade. Shocking. I know. Now that they just expanded their shade range, there's definitely some better options, and they actually reformulated this about 6 months or so ago, so I am going to declutter this and then repurchase my shade when I'm in New York for my birthday. I also have my Nude Sticks Nudies Tinted Blur Stick. I absolutely love this. I haven't been using it as much recently. I don't know why, so it's actually going to go in my monthly makeup bag for February, I believe, just so that I can get some good use out of it. So I'm definitely going to be keeping that. I also have this Joa. This is a new brand at CVS, well, relatively new. This is the Truly Yours BB Cream. I really wanted to try this out, but as soon as I opened it when I got it home, because they did have it wrapped in plastic so you couldn't like test it, it had a really intense fragrance. Oh, and I just know that my skin is really sensitive to fragrance, so unfortunately I'm going to have to pass this along. And then I also have the Rimmel Instant Flawless Perfecting Radiant Skin Tint. I was hoping that this would be like, I don't know, I just was hoping that this would be a little bit more. It like barely does anything. I wouldn't even really call it a skin tint, more as like a radiant primer, but I just don't really like it enough to keep it. And again, it has a really weird fragrance to it, so I'm gonna declutter this as well. Next up, we have my like light to medium coverage foundations, and I have the Lancome Skin Feels Good. This is in my summer shade, so I will be saving this for the summer. I really like this product, but if I repurchase it in the future, I would probably purchase a different shade because this one is a little bit orangey. When I'm tan in the summer, it works perfectly, but for year round, I can't really use it. I also have the Natasha Denona Face Glow Foundation. This was in my monthly makeup bag for January, and I rediscovered my love for it. Well, I discovered my love for it because when I first bought it, it was like kind of annoying me a little bit, and it was kind of like a little bit of a learning curve because its consistency is very different, but I definitely love it now, so I'm going to keep this. If you buy this foundation, just know that you cannot lay it down like in a drawer. Like, you have to stand it up because there's no tube in here, even though it's a pump, so all the product has to be at the base to kind of pump out. Just letting you guys know. That really irritated me. I have 4 foundations left. Next up is the NARS Sheer Glow. I just repurchased this and I absolutely adore it, so this is staying. I also have the MAC Face and Body. I really like this foundation, but I don't think that this is the right shade for me. I am going to keep it because I have used a ton of it, so I'm going to keep this for now and see if maybe I can use it up and then repurchase my actual shade. I also have the Dior Face and Body. This was sent to me through Influencer, and this is just so not my color. Like, it is so dark on the skin. It's in 2W Peach. I think the undertone is really good because I do have kind of a peachy undertone, but the shade is just too dark, so unfortunately I'm gonna have to pass this along. And then last but not least, I have like my one full coverage foundation, which is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Stick, and I absolutely love this, so it's staying. So not bad. I only kept 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 foundations, which for me is not bad at all. Next up, we have concealer, and I actually don't really have that much concealer right now. First up, we have the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Away. I just got this for Christmas and I really enjoy it, so I'm going to keep it. I also have the First Aid Beauty Bendy Avocado Concealer, which I really love, so I'm going to keep that as well. I have my Too Faced Born This Way concealer, which I absolutely adore, so I'm going to keep it. I have the LC Complete Remedy Concealer, which I really love as well. And then last but not least, I have 2 pot concealers. One is the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer in Custard. I really like this concealer, but this color just isn't really right for me. They don't really have a great shade range undertone wise. They have a lot of shades, but they don't have a ton of variety in undertone. So I don't know what to do with this. I did hit pan on it and I used a ton of it. I think during the summer I can make it work a little bit better for me, so I might keep it for now until the summer and see if I can use it up. And then I also have my Glossier Stretch Concealer. This is in my January monthly makeup bag. I've used a ton of this, but now that they came out with more shades, I definitely want to repurchase this in my actual shade because medium works for me, but it's not perfect. So I'm going to use this until it's also super old. Like, this says it's only good for 6 months, and I've definitely had this for almost 2 years. So I think I'm just actually going to declutter this. So that was my kind of base product declutter. I feel like I did a pretty good job. I got rid of a decent amount of things, and I definitely feel like my collection is a little bit more manageable now. I like decluttering at least once a year, especially in the beginning of the year, because that's when I really know what products work and which products don't work for me. So that's why we're doing this. Next up, I think I'm going to do cheek products, so if you guys are interested in that, definitely let me know and I will film it for you guys. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.